Okay, so what you want to do is you want to wet your brush and make sure it's nice and clean. I see there's actually a little yellow on this brush. And then you're going to wet the pan of paint, get it nice and wet on the brush. Make sure you're holding your paper still, the one that you're not painting with. And you're basically going to outline your shapes and paint in the direction of the paper. Now, one of the things I want you to notice here is that I'm leaning my pinky here on the page so that it's keeping my hand steady. I'm outlining the shape, holding the brush like it's a pencil, and you could go in any direction around the way you want. One of the things I want you to pay attention to is painting in the same direction and trying to keep it even. You see, I'm constantly putting my brush in the water and the paint. If it gets you, when you get a dark area like that, you basically don't need to add any water to the background. You want to just spread out the paint and the brush pretty much as quickly as you can. We're going to do this in one class period. So you want to make sure if you accidentally paint on top of the leaf or the owl or the feet or the branch, don't worry about it, because we are going to color those in with oil pastels. And it does look a little shiny here. Let me change the lighting a little bit. Whoops. A little technical difficulty here. I just want to get rid of that reflection a little bit. So basically what you want to do is you want to hold the paper still and paint in whatever direction you're holding the paper. You want to use the tip of the brush and you want to paint in the direction of whatever you're holding your paper. Now I turn my paper to the side so that it was easier to paint in the same direction as the paper here. So I'm using the tip of the brush. I'm leaning my right hand that I'm painting with onto the table so that you have your whole painting nice and steady. So I'm doing this pretty quickly because you want to try to have an even distribution of color. And don't worry if you have too much water on here, just water and paint, just spread it out. So that you can cover the whole background. And the background is whatever is behind the owl and the branch and the feet and the leaf. So you're doing basically the sky. We're kind of like imagining if we drew this owl standing on a branch from the sky without looking at the ground. And I keep rotating the painting and I'm spreading the paint out as kind of quickly and evenly as possible. Again, if you get onto the owl, this is called blotting. You just take the paper, take a paper towel and press gently but firmly, but you don't rub it. And you make sure that you don't spread the paint, that you just absorb the paint. You have to do it relatively quickly. So again, if you do happen to get it on top of the moon or the owl, it's fine because we're going to go on top of it with oil pastels. And there we have our painted owl background.